What's happening? What's happening? We trapping. Let's get it. I hope everybody's having a good morning, man. Let me get a 1 if everything sounds good, everything sounds lovely. You understand? Let me know before we get too deep in the show. Yes, sir. I hope everybody's having a good one. We in the building today. Shout out to Jameson Taylor. Shout out to Miss Patrice Langford in the building. David Sorrells. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Hallelujah. Tyler. Miss Etta Lockhart. The Lunatic in the building with me. Joshua Fisher. And, you know, I see everybody giving ones. I see a 1 in the building, so we should be okay. Let's get it. Shout out to Justin Kitchen. Mr. Derek Williams in the building. What's happening? Make sure we hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. We in the building with it. Let's go. Shout out to Joe Gonzalez. Shout out to Big Dallas 8604. What's happening, sir? What's going on? Let's get it. Bruce got the Tyson Juice. Stephen Harrison. And you already know, first and foremost, we got to make sure these haters doing the most, doing their job. We got to put these haters on their job. So let's make this thing jump around the corner now. Yeah, them haters don't like this, man. Let's hit that like a shot. Let's go.
I can't see a thing, all this money in my face. Hey, I just blew a bag, ran it back the same day. Hey, ain't no looking back.
Let's put these haters
came
to
a
work,
long
man.
way. Hey, I know that they mad,
let's beat up the
just let them
algorithm.
hate. Hey, that what
Like
make
that,
them hate.
beat up the
That what
East.
make them hate. Hey, and we just getting K and they just in the way. Hey, that what make them hate. That what make them hate. Hey, cause we just getting K and they just in the way. Hey, landlord is showing how to ball, boy. You ain't even on the team, you just a ball boy. Real high, used to run knockoffs, but it's real now. Real fly. I probably average your career high. We the one they hating on it, probably wanna kill. When they got our own band, we hollin' good deal. Long little CEO, CIP the dollar. Took my brother, that made me go harder. That turned me to a monster. Now I'm focused on the comma. I'ma run up them comma. The summer, run up them numbers, yeah. I know that they hate the way the ball man, rockin' all this ball man, street made on the chain. I can't see a thing, all this money in my face. Hey, I just blew a bag, ran it back the same day. Hey, ain't no looking back, we came a long way. Hey, I know that they mad, but just let them hate. Hey, that what make them hate. That what make them hate. And we just get K and they just in the way. Hey, that what make them hate. That what make them hate. Hey, cause we just get K and they just in the way. Hey,
up, man. Let's go up, man. You know. Now you might be thinking you watching me from a phone or even, you know, at home, but I am promising you, you are in the trap. You know.
Trap.
Make no mistake about it, man. I hope everybody's doing good. It's payday for a lot of people. It's Friday, you know what I'm saying? I know everybody's feeling good this morning. I hope everybody's doing well. You know, we got a lot of tidbits, a lot of news coming out there from OTAs, from our Cowboys, you know. It's a loaded show. It's a lot to talk about, a lot to go over, so let's get it, you know what I'm little under the weather. My voice has been bothering me for a couple of weeks, so, you know, shout out to the people taking care of me, you know, with the Landlord Sports Cup, you understand me?
If the South got something to say, that's all I got to say.
Trap.
But is that a bird? Is it a plane? What is it? I don't know. Oh, it's just a very news, of course, you understand? That's all it is. Don't worry about it. Don't pay no mind. Okay, Mike McCarthy has some interesting things to say about play calling, so, you know, I wanted to go over that. And I think y'all need to realize, man, a lot of this stuff, it might not seem like the most complex thing ever in life, but it can make a significant difference between being successful and not being successful. So listen to your Big Mike, the Dunn, head coach, you know, Mike Soprano, on play calling.
I'm looking forward to that, but I mean, there's a lot to get done between now and then.
When you call a play, are you a guy get it in and leave the guy alone, or do you kind of throw some reminders to quarterback with you?
I mean, they're all different. You know, I could go down through the years. I mean, you know, I was still in the league, baby. I mean, you still had, I mean, 2-jet flanker drive. I still know the signals. I mean, so, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, so you go through that phase of your life, but the principles of how you communicate to the quarterback, to me, are still the same. Because the more work you put into the off season, the less you have to say on the headset. Because at the end of the day, the play caller, the efficiency of play calling is getting the play in and the quarterback having as much possible time on that 40-second clock. So,
see, that's something that people ain't talking about, ain't thinking about. See, these are the little nuanced details that unexperienced, you know, a new booty OC wouldn't be able to get to you.
Trap.
They wouldn't be able to get to it. So, you know, this is stuff that they might overlook. This is stuff they might not pay attention to. And it is very significant. You heard him. He's trying to get the play in clean, smooth, fast, and efficient to get a quarterback enough time to be able to operate and adjust on the fly. These are just small details that maybe your inexperienced OC may overlook. So let's get back into it.
You know, I always tell the story, you know, you guys are right about it, but anyways, there's a story out there about just the efficiency of time of, you know, 3 or 4 seconds. You know, if you can be 2 seconds faster on 70 plays, do the math. So, I mean, it's that.
He said, do the math. Mike talking that
Trap.
I like when Mike Soprano talk a little spicy to him. You know what I'm saying? He turn up a little bit. That's what I be on. So, hey, he said do the math. He telling you every second counts. You don't want to be panicky at the end of the play when you're trying to get it in. You want to be as efficient and as smooth as possible when you're doing that transaction.
Those are the things that we really focus on in the quarterback room because, you know, and that's the conversations Dak and the quarterbacks we're having now because today's quarterback, you know, and really the longer I've been in this league, the amount of responsibility you give your quarterback at the line of scrimmage is really a reflection of where the play caller, the coordinator, and the quarterbacks, you know, what page they're on. So,
what's happening? Landlord from
we'll be on a high page. I mean, Dak and Kellen in the past, we did a lot of things at the line of scrimmage. So this is not nothing new. It's just how much you're going to do it and the efficiency of getting it in. Because at the end of the day, and I believe this, you know, a clean, quick play call is much better than the perfect late play call. Because
man.
Trap.
Hey, listen. Forgive me for the video playback because it looks like it fumbled. It dropped the ball for me, y'all. But do not let the facts and do not let the sauce go over your head. Did you hear what he said? Let's see. Let's play that one more time because that was it. That was it.
If I'm giving him this, you know, a clean, quick play call is much better than the perfect late play call. Because
man, a clean, quick play call is better than a late perfect play call.
Trap.
That's a lot right there when you think about it, man. He said, the lunatic said the video playback did the hurts and fumble. Man, don't be like that. Yeah, the video playback screwed me, but as long as you get the audio this time, we ain't gonna hate on them too bad.
Because if I'm giving him ample time at the line of scrimmage, he has the ability to play fast, communicate, getting out, and we're attacking the defense. And he also has the time to make that check to put us in a perfect place. So I think a lot of that it depends on where we're at, as you know, where the quarterbacks are. So my point is, I've given the whole play in 3 suggestions, and the longer I've been in this, you know, because the old system I was in was very wordy.
I ain't trying to be messy today. But it is Friday, you know.
Trap.
Even the best people be a little nefarious on Fridays, don't they? But for real though, let's be serious. Did you hear that? He said the old system was a little bit wordy. So now he's trying to clean it up a little bit. You know, he don't want to be doing a whole soliloquy just to get a play out, trying to get it out on time. Like he said, it's more efficient to do it quicker to get the play out as soon as possible to your quarterback so he can make the adjustments, so he can do exactly what he need to do to get him in the perfect play, y'all. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Trap. Mike McCarthy is cooking up here. Miss Patrice said, play it again. Hey, let the church say amen. Yeah, let's play it again. Let's see.
Trying to cut it down. And the longer I've been in this, because the old system I was in was very wordy.
Oh, I don't know, bro. Because they try to stay so professional and not mention stuff like this. So when it happens, I just be here for it. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't help it. You already know Big Mike Soprano is him.
It's me. I'm him. I'm not them. I'm him Jones. I'm him Duncan.
That's Big Mike the Dunn Soprano, man.
And every year we're always trying to cut it down to make it go faster. And we're doing the same thing this year. Our verbiage is very wordy.
He doubled down and said it again. Mike wants you to understand that it was a lot of gibberish and rubbish inside of that verbiage. So, hey.
From the prior, system, and we're trying to cut it down because I do want to get it to him as fast as possible so he can get going and have as much time on that 40-second clock as possible. But that was a long answer.
Yeah, he said that was a long answer. He had to get a little joke into that one because, hey, he put every single thing he needed to say into that soliloquy. And what you don't understand is, in this, not you, but in this professional, what can I say, in a professional corporate type space, they try their best not to be disrespectful. They try their best to, not be aggressive towards their peers. But at some point in time, you just got to tell the truth. And it looks like that's what Mike McCarthy did. He just went ahead and said, hey, man, they was talking too much. That system was way too complex, way too complicated, way too wordy. So I had to bring it down. Yeah, that was hogwash, Mr. Bruce. Trap. It was malarkey and hogwash. That's what it looks like it was, man. But I just think it's just so wonderful that we finna have this, what can I say, this Super Bowl winning play caller to be calling our plays so we can be way better as a team. I'm telling you, it might not be the obvious stuff. It might not be the groundbreaking changing the wheel and just reinventing everything. But I'm telling you, some of these small things will be the things that take us over the top. Attention to details is very big in a sport like this, far as the far as NFL football goes. Trap. So let's continue on to another subject. Shout out to Mr. Justin for the $10 cash app. I appreciate you, sir. But let's continue. Bam. It says, according to Michael Gelkin, shout out to him. He's a great follower on all Cowboy News, a great reporter, beat writer. He's a well-decorated person. He's one of the people I trust. So it says Cowboy offensive tackle Matt Waletzko is not only spelling Tyron Smith at right tackle, but occasionally flipping inside to left guard. On O-line coach Mike Solari taking a long look at 2022 fifth-round pick, who is fully cleared from the shoulder injury that sidelined him most of his rookie season. Man, that's great. That's great for him because I think a lot of people, like most people that seen Matt Waletzko when we drafted him, most of us was like kind of high on his footwork and his upside because he's super tall. I think he's like 6'7" or something. He's super long. He reminds you of Terrence Steele in his build, but he's a little lighter. So you know what I'm saying? We like the build he got. We like the potential he got. So most of the stuff that we was concerned about with Matt Waletzko was the power. Like, he not be able to handle bull rushes from these, gangster defensive ends in the league. So, just one offseason in an NFL type, offseason program could help him and get him to another level so he can be able to bulk up and deal with some of these heavy, super strong with the K, defensive ends trying to take him out. So, I think Waletzko do got a nice little ceiling, a nice little upside. A lot of people ain't really talking about him, but I know his footwork is pretty good, and he's pretty mobile for his size. So we'll see if he can develop into offensive tackle that could take on power and bull rushes. But now they talking about he doing guard work. I don't know about that because of his size and because he don't have the power well. Well, according to last year, he didn't. So we'll have to see how that work out for him. I don't know about him with that size, and the things that he don't do well don't really line up with guard, but we'll have to see did he improve over the offseason. And the other report, he said KaVontae Turpin aims to do more on the offense. He had a little chance last year as a rookie. At this point, he is still in the USFL preparing for a game against Pittsburgh Maulers. Turpin not join Cowboys until training camp. At least one miscommunication Thursday with Prescott process. So, yeah, we got to make sure Turpin gets everything he needs to get. You know, like he said, he was in the USFL around this time last year, and that was kind of crazy when you think about it. Like I touched on. It said Wi-Fi monster got me. Is anybody frozen? Man, let me see. I was wondering what was going on. Let me see. Somebody let me know what they seeing. Source video file. I don't know. Is it still messing up? Say it's buffering. We back on my side. Wi-Fi monster got me. Man, I seen the numbers doing some crazy stuff, but I was hoping for the best. But we was talking about Turpin, and you know, this time last year he was preparing in the USFL, and you know he played a full USFL season before he even came to the NFL. So that right there gonna work wonders for him being in the offseason program the whole time, learning everything he need to learn. And, you know, being involved in the developing stages of the offensive scheme, hopefully Turpin can, you know, get it together. But you see, they said it was a little slight miscommunication with him and Dak. That's just part of the learning curve that he's going to have to go through. So we hoping for Turpin to be able to be involved in this offense to some capacity. Hopefully he can do something big. But, hey, even if he a decoy and you just using his speed against people, I still take that because you have to respect speed. Everybody knows speed kills, and that's one of the KaVontae Turpin's biggest attributes. So I think just that speed element will help us out a whole lot. Let's move along. Bam. Now, shout out to Aisha Morrison. She going crazy on Twitter. Like, she's doing a lot of in-depth tweets about what she's seeing in OTAs, and she really helping us content creators out. So shout out to her, man. Trap. Yeah, okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I got. Tyron looked more explosive than I've seen him in a while at right tackle. Man. You know, a lot of people don't want to talk about Tyron. You know, we always just defer to him being out and him not being able to stay healthy, and I don't want to keep talking about that. I know it's unlikely that he stay healthy, but let's just say that everything works out and everything is wonderful. Let's just say we in a dream world. It's possible that he could stay healthy, and it's possible that, you know, he could become a great right tackle, just similar to what he was as a left tackle. So I can't wait to see what Tyron Smith does. And if he can stay healthy, I just want him healthy down the stretch. Like, in the playoffs and stuff like that, we need him to be healthy in the games that matter the most. So, you know, it sucks that he on the tail end of his career, but if we can get him when it matters the most, I'll be fine with that. I won't even complain. Trap. She said he so fast out of his stance early in practice, and his awareness is there. You can see that working at right tackle, he's become more comfortable when he has to fill in. So, of course, we know that Tyron Smith played left tackle forever. So, you know, it's going to be a transition for him going back to right tackle. He played right tackle for like one season when he first got here, and he didn't do that great either. So, you know, it took time for him to develop as a player just like everybody else. But I think a few games in, he started showing a lot of promise and ended up being pretty solid even in his rookie year. But Now he had to flip everything over and play a position he ain't played since basically his rookie year. So a lot of people kind of critical on Tyron from what they seen from him at right tackle. I think you need to hold your horses, pump your brakes just a bit. That is Tyron, and I got faith in him being able to make that transition. But let's see. I think that was a interesting nugget from her. She has more. She says, really liked what I saw from Waletzko today as he returns from his shoulder injury. He has always been athletic, so his feet weren't my worry returning from injury. It was his technique that worried me until today. He shot his hands well and wasn't afraid to punch with power. Oh, man. Trap. Hey, from what Aisha just said, that's a great indication for what we've been waiting on. Like, that kind of answered some of my questions. She said he was punching with power, and he was doing a lot better with his technique. So with that frame, if you can get a good technique with that frame, man, he could mess around and be, have a Terrence Steele type leap. Like, I don't know how likely that is because, Terrence Steele was different. But, hey, I was pretty high on Waletzko when he came out. And I like his footwork and all of his potential. So, hopefully we can get the best out of him. Maybe this is your potential starting left guard. Who knows? Who knows? We'll have to see what happens, how it develops. And then she goes on to say he took snaps at left guard, like I just said, and right tackle. Again, no pads, no helmet. However, I was encouraged with how not nervous he looked today. Well, yesterday. Okay. So, she said he wasn't even nervous and he wasn't worried about nothing. He looked comfortable. Then, shout out to her again. She goes on to say, spoke to DeMarvion Clark today, and he was gushing with excitement as always. He seems so grateful to be healthy, man. He and LVE have built a real bond in the offseason, working together outside the building. LVE may move in silence, but his leadership is a real thing. Trap. And that's why I said, even when we had Kelvin Joseph on the show, he did speak to the fact that him and LVE, like he did say that LVE was a leader. And I thought that was kind of surprising. Like, not saying that he's not. It's just like she said, he move in silence. You don't really see LVE woofing at a lot of people or doing a lot of extra stuff. But behind the scenes, it seems like LVE is one of the people that's very respected and does exactly what he need to do and shows the young guys what to do, take them under their wing and stuff like that. So shout out to LVE, man. A lot of people be critical on him, but it seems like his leadership is needed in his locker room. So I take it, man. Hopefully he can stay healthy and have a good year this year himself. But I thought that was a real big tidbit, interesting nugget she had, was saying that DeMarvion Clark was feeling great and healthy, and, him building that bond with LVE going to pay dividends in the future. So I'm excited about DeMarvion Clark year 2 jump, possibly. And she goes on to say, both Simi Fehoko and Toba made some plays in the passing game, man. Shout out to the trap. Shout out to the friend of the show, Jalen Toba. You know what I'm saying? You know how we get down in the trap on the West Coast while we in the drunk trapping, Shout out to my guys. You know what I'm saying? But she says that there was intensity from the defense, so the passes they caught, we earned or were earned. Okay. I get what you're saying, Aisha. She says, so the passes they caught were earned. Simi showed some sure separation, and the confidence in Toba's route running continues to grow. The battle for wide receiver 4 is to be serious, man. Trap. Hey, I love to hear that right there, because that's like the only question mark. To see Simi coming back again. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of standoffish with Simi though. know Simi got a lot of potential. We understand that. But I've heard this same song before. I've heard the same song, so you can't get mad at me with that. I'm just saying. But we'll see, can he actually implement himself into this scheme, force his way into the field. We know he got the talent. We know a lot of people in the NFL, the GMs was, gave glowing reviews about Simi when we drafted him. A lot of people was high on him. We have not seen anything yet, but hey, maybe this year is different, I hope. And, I'm room for the young man.
Trap.
But him and Jalen Tolbert going to have a duel, and hey, that just make for the better product for us. So, hey, that's a good thing for the Cowboys. Whoever win, let the best man win, Let that happen just like that. I like it. And Michael Gelkin, shout out to him. He says Dak Prescott's aggression with the football at times contributed to his career high 15 interceptions last year. But there were also moments like the one yesterday, the one Thursday. Tight end Peyton Hendershot dropped a pass in the short red zone drill. 6th-round rookie cornerback Eric Scott there for the pick. I don't like to hear that. Don't like to hear that. And then, I was there seeing that the other one he did against Tennessee, I was there live seeing that, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. So we going to need Peyton Hendershot to hold on to the football. So it seems like he do a lot of things well, but it seems like he's a little iffy on the hands. Now, we like the way he moves. We like his athleticism. We like how he get up the field. He moves well. He almost moves like a wide receiver, but man, you got to catch that football, Mr. Peyton Hendershot. You must catch the football. And at the very least, if you do anything, please don't throw it to the other team. Please don't.
Trap.
That's something we can't tolerate. But, I seen that live, man. The ball was perfectly in his hands, and he just fumbled with it. And next thing you know, Tennessee had it, and they was running the other way. So, we don't want to see that ever again, Mr. Peyton Hendershot. He might need to get on that jugs machine ASAP. He need to make sure he get a little more sure-handed. That's not what we want to hear from the second-year undrafted free agent tight end. Micah Gelkins goes on to say, opposite of Deron Bland, cornerback Eric Scott took first-team reps. Oh, man. We know Stephon Gilmore and Trayvon Diggs and Nashawn Wright did not practice. Wright was the only one on the field as a spectator. Diggs had missed both OTA practices open to media, but he is known to have been here Wednesday. Okay, now I don't think this is a potential problem, but, I wonder why Trey ain't practicing, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I ain't too sure. We don't want to jump to any conclusions, but hey, I need my number one cornerback practicing. Now Aisha, I think we already read that one. Sorry. Okay. Now let's see. Bam, we got shout out to DC Network on Instagram. He says Cowboys cornerback Stephon Gilmore says it's a breath of fresh air since joining the Cowboys. Gilmore says he's looking forward to making plays in the Cowboy uniform, man. Shout out to Bumpin' Ryan.
Trap.
Hey, playing for a competitor, playing for a real team will do that to you. He just left the Colts. He ain't have no hope over there. I ain't have no hope. So just like we say, you are getting paid to do a job, but at the same time, it's human nature. If y'all just terrible, man, you gon' wander off sometimes. So you got a veteran that's motivated to be in playing for a team that he always loved and his whole family is a fan of. So hey, you gonna see a motivated Stephon Gilmore, and I think that's just very grim for the rest of the league right now.
Trap.
That's not good news for the ops. I promise you that. I promise you.
Hey, yo, pass me a lighter. I'm trying to smoke me up.
Shout out to Dallas Daily on Instagram. He says Cowboys offensive tackle. Oh, we seen that. I already took the screenshot. My bad. Let's see. Bam. Let's see. See, I just be trying to collect information from everywhere. Bam. Now, this is the top 10 deep passes of 2022. Geno Smith, number 1. Tua is number 2. Jalen Hurts, number 3. Dak Prescott, number 4. You mean to tell me with no wide receivers?
Trap.
That is crazy. Shout out to Nikki Flouse. He said here from Vice Channel, showing love to everyone. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to Vice over there, man. You know, he does great work. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and support him as well. But, yeah, man, that's interesting to see Dak Prescott up here high. And you already know he only had CeeDee Lamb, even though CeeDee is him, though.
It's me, I'm him, I'm not them. I'm him Jones, I'm him Duncan.
He basically only had CeeDee Lamb and Dalton Schultz. And he's still one of the more efficient deep ball passers in the NFL. And he was one of the most productive offenses in the NFL. So just imagine when you got a common sense play caller and you got real weapons, real speed on the other end, and a real number 2, number 3 wide receivers. These boys finna cook, y'all.
Trap.
These boys is finna cook, y'all. These boys is finna cook. So, yeah, let's see. Bam. Now, I thought this was interesting. Shout out to John Machota on Twitter. He says Micah Parsons said he's going to be playing 8 different positions, man. Hey. Micah just trying to keep some offensive coordinators up at night. You saying stuff like that, man. Come on, Micah. Now, that's the scary Micah. That's the Micah that most people in the chat box been asking for, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, I don't have a problem with it. I just want him to be a pass rusher. I don't care where you line him up at. As long as he's rushing the passer, he can drop back occasionally, you know, just to trick the quarterback from time to time. But for the most part, I want Micah Parsons. I want the young line going after people. That's what I want.
Trap.
But to see him saying he playing 8 different positions is that's just scary, you know. He says just stay tuned in. Everything that's in the front 7 and some coverage. I'm going to do all of that. This is going to be the year to remember for sure. Ah, man.
Trap.
Just to be fair, that is the best version of Micah right there. That's the best version of Micah, using him like a Swiss Army knife, using him like the queen on the chessboard. It's attacking from everywhere. That's the best form of Micah. But all I'm saying is just make him rush. Make him rush more times than not, and I'd be happy. You know what I'm saying? Because we seen him rush from A gap and B gap, and he's just destroying people. Like, even centers and guards, he was just throwing them out the way too. So, and that was as a rookie. I remember him blitzing from the A gap that time. So, hey, I ain't too mad at it now. He will have to be prepared as far as his body go. Because, yeah, that extra 5 pounds, you know, he was talking about he going to need that type of armor if he going to be that deep in the trenches. On the edge compared to rushing in the middle and stuff like that, that's 2 different things. So we need Micah to be prepared, and we want our player to be, you know, the best he can be in top-tier shape going down the stretch in the playoffs where we need him the most. We do. Now, shout out to Dallas Cowboys squad. They said Tony Pollard, it cut it off, but I know what the person said. He said Tony Pollard was cutting on. Not only was he practicing in full speed, he was cutting in full speed, but actually feels even faster than he did pre-injury. Now, I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of hard to believe, Tony. That's kind of hard to believe, but I'm gonna take your word for it. But man, if that's true, we looking at the same old Tony Pollard again, man. He said he feeling fast and he's feeling better than ever coming off the injury. I think that makes for, you know, some encouraging words, something to look for to the Dallas Cowboys, man. I'm
Trap.
I know they ain't said that. Now, David Castillo, shout out to you. He said, let's take a light break, landlord. 59 people watching and only 13 likes. I don't even want to look at that now. Good. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. I appreciate it. You know, I'm trying to build this show on up. A lot of times my alerts ain't going out there. My notifications ain't going out there. I don't know what it is. The controllers of YouTube may be Eagles fans or something. But I do need y'all help, man. Make sure you hit the like and share button. It goes a long way for me getting better and better and getting bigger and bigger. So I really appreciate y'all if y'all could take the time out and help your boy out, man. Shout out to y'all, though. I know y'all gonna take care of me. We been getting way better at that as of late, too. So I don't want to just be saying stuff when you're not doing right. A lot of people, they have been hitting that like button more often. So I've been seeing an uptick in my likes, so I really appreciate that, man. So shout out to y'all.
Trap.
See there, shout out to Micah. She said, damn, landlord, I'm sorry I'm late. You probably ain't even get a notification, man. I told you, YouTube be hating me out sometimes now. So, yeah, I'm going to need y'all help. You know, the burden might be on the community to help your boy grow a little bit more than normal. You know what I'm saying? So, we trying to push it out there for the people. But how do y'all feel about a lot of these, you know, nuggets and tidbits that came out of the notes and stuff from the OTAs? Lunatic says 20. That should be about his touches a game. The other 10 divided between our two running backs. You talking about from Tony Pollard? Okay, Miss Elder said we look good on the lights, landlord. I appreciate you, Miss Elder. She be going hard too. Miss Elder be on it. Miss Elder, it's a couple of more be on it. Miss Patrice, I believe, it's a few more that be like, hey, hit that like button. I be seeing y'all, and you know, y'all efforts, I appreciate it.
Trap.
Shout out to Texas Bread. But, you know, of course, we could probably keep Tony down a little bit. You know, we got a few backs to spell them. I still ain't too sure about us not having a hammer. You know, you still need a hammer. Maybe the fullback is just going to assume that role. Hunter Lupke, maybe they looking at him like that. So we do need that skill set in this running back room. So make no mistake about it. And I know Tony do well running after contact and stuff like that. So let's not act like Tony is not good after contact or, you know, stuff like that. But we still need somebody for short yardage. That's what we need. Shout out to JC Cowboy Network in the building. What's happening with you, sir? Shout out to B-Bird. Yeah, he said, I don't like Schoon being out. I thought I had that screenshot. Y'all forgive me, but they said Luke Schoonmaker is on a walking boot, but they act like it's minor. But, you know, they say that all the time. So you got to be cautious with that. You got to be cautious. The Cowboys, they said Dak hamstring didn't mean nothing, and then we seen what happened. And, you know, they say a lot of things. They want to hide some of the information. So, you know, that's something just to keep an eye out for. That's not encouraging to see him already suffering with some kind of injury. So, I do not want to hear that about my young rookie. I wanted to see him out there snagging on people, you know. Even though I wasn't high on the pick, I'm still rooting for him to do well. Micah says, I heard the fullback was running with the ones. Ooh, that's interesting right there. That's interesting right there. Like we just said, I believe that, you know, he might be assuming that short yardage role. And, you know, they gave him more money than everybody. So I'm telling you, I'm willing to bet he going to make this football team. I'm willing to bet.
Trap.
Oh, man. Shout out to John Ledor. I'm sorry, man. I speak broken English, sir. But he says, greetings from landlord from Portugal. Ah, man. You the landlord of Portugal. That's crazy to think it's people way out there looking at old country landlord sports. That's crazy. They said a Wi-Fi trip. I don't know what's going on this morning, man. Let's see. I don't know. I hope it don't mess me up too bad, y'all. I hope it don't mess me up too bad. But yeah, let's see. He said, oh no. What he said? Uh-oh, damn Philly fan messing with the Wi-Fi again. Ah, man. Hope not. JB2 says crazy. They should start trading the second pick away at this point. You just, yeah, they do a lot of nefarious things that second round. But you got Kelvin Joseph, you know. Then you got, Trayvon Diggs was a second-round pick, too.
Trap.
Allegedly, because he had a first-round grade. And I'm telling you, I was absolutely elated when we drafted him. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying, though, because we do have some questionable second-round picks. Hey, we got a few duds in the first-round picks. So, hey, you never know. This is crazy out here. I think you've been one of the pushers on that Semi train, too, ain't it, Iceberg? I know Iceberg be having some interesting takes. He said, landlord, let's be honest, Semi Fehoko is leading in the 4th receiver race. I don't know about that, man. I've been hearing more buzz from Toba, though. And I ain't just saying that just because he came off the show. I've been hearing more buzz off Toba lately. So we'll see, Iceberg. Hey, we gonna get the best end of it. Like, they can ball out, they can fight to the death, you know what I'm saying? Long as the Cowboys get the better receiver on the other end, you know, that's good for us. Lunatic said, let's see next week's mandatory mini camp and 3 open practices. Looks like coaching staff trying to see who can do what right now. Yeah, that'll be interesting. He said folks got their rent in today, feeling good. Yeah, they got it in. Iceberg said, no. Hey, so you ain't been hearing more buzz than Toba than Semi. Come on now, Iceberg. Let's be real now. That I don't know. Maybe I ain't got the same information then, because I heard a little rumblings about Semi, but I've been hearing more about Toba. Real talk. Then you seen Mike McCarthy just came in and said that Tolbert and Sam Williams look like they gonna do the second-year jump. So that's it. That's very interesting when you think about it. He mentioned those two, and then he did also throw in Turpin in the end too. So we'll see what happens, man. He seems like he's high on Tolbert all of a sudden. So I can't wait. You know, Tolbert getting the interviews. I ain't seen Semi on the interview yet. Hey, we'll see what's up, man. I really think Toba is getting a lot of buzz right now. It seemed like as soon as he left the show, I seen articles about him. Next thing you know, I see that I'm hearing rumors about him doing this at camp. I'm doing this at camp. Hey, we might be the good luck charm he needed. He said it depends on who you talk to. Oh, okay. So, you know, 2 things can be true at the same time, Mr. Iceberg. The Lunatic said, interesting to think Toba may have gone in the second round if he was in the 2023 wide receiver class. Yeah, the wide receiver class wasn't the strongest last year. It was pretty top heavy, I think you can say. But, you know, it had a lot of, it's kind of hard to describe because we'll have to just see how it play out, because a lot of people was high on Jackson Smith. A lot of people was high on Quinn Johnson, but a lot of people wasn't. Most people was higher on Jackson Smith, and we'll just have to see how that play out. See, I like Zay Flowers. I think that's a good pickup for the Ravens. I think Zay Flowers and Odell gonna be crazy over there.
Trap.
I think Zay Flowers and Odell gonna be crazy with Lamar Jackson. They might ball out over there. Bruce got to talk to Juice says, I've been hearing Semi is leading the race for wide receiver 4, but Tolbert is getting buzz too. Oh, okay. Maybe I need to listen to some more people then. I don't know. What them reports said. Hey, long as we get the better receiver. JB says, ain't nobody said nothing about Semi. Sorry behind. I just got something different. I don't know. Well, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I ain't been hearing much about Semi like that. I heard he made a couple plays in practice, but they said the same thing about Tobe. B. Bird said the wide receiver positions are for grabs after CD and Cooks. Even Micah Gallup, B. Bird said it's all up in the air. B. Bird, you causing drama like that, B. Bird? Good grief. You woke up and chose violence this morning, didn't you, B. Bird?
Trap.
B. Bird woke up and chose violence this morning. He said Micah Gallup ain't even safe. Ooh. Gallup ain't safe, B-Bird. I got to hear this now. Gallup ain't even safe. This is hilarious. Like, I ain't saying you wrong, but it's just crazy that we done got to, this is where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not mad at nobody who got a little doubt in Gallup because of what he showed us last year. So, I ain't mad at you. Shout out to Coles Cowboys and Common Sense. He said, Simi got an interview with Kevin Gray. Oh yeah, that's like a okay, I'm gonna have to go pull that up. I know I see Kevin Gray on Twitter. I'm not sure what he does though. Is he like a content creator or he's like a writer or what is he? I know his name though. I've seen him on Twitter a bunch of times. I'm gonna have to look that interview up. Iceberg said Gallup looking like a #1 right now. Ah man. You super high on Gallup, and that's my guy. B. Bird said, what did Gallup do last year to cement his role as #3? The only thing saving him is the investment they made in him. That's where I stand with it. You know what I'm saying? They going to give him all the opportunities in the world, B. Bird, for him to, take that role. They're not going to kick him down the stairs, you know what I'm saying? Kevin Gray on 105.3. Okay. Yeah, that's who that is. Okay. I know him from Twitter, but I seen a lot of his work on 105.3. So, okay, I got you now. I'm going to have to go pull him up. Yeah, I got you now. I know exactly who y'all talking about now. I knew his name from just tweets on Twitter, but I know exactly who you talking about now. D. Shift says Micah is essentially in a contract year. He better not let someone take that third spot. You mean Michael Gallup, right? You talking about Michael Gallup, I believe. JB2 says, I don't understand the Gallup slander. He was bad last year, but they be acting like he wasn't a 1K yard receiver at one point. Exactly, bro. I'm high on Gallup. Gallup one of my favorites. I love the way Gallup play. But, like, he let me down last year. I ain't going to count you. I ain't going to lie. And it probably wasn't his fault because he was dealing with injury and stuff, and they kind of pushed him in the starting role to just, tell him to tough it out, I guess. But from what he been saying, it didn't seem like he liked that. Like, it didn't seem like he agreed with none of it, sound like. It sounded like it might have been the organization pushing him to be out there. Iceberg said, landlord, it might be some politics in the Simi and Toba race. Well, where they drafted Simi in the 5th or the 4th? I think they drafted Simi in the 4th, right? And they drafted Toba in the 3rd, so it ain't that big of a differential in the draft capital they put up. So, ain't no telling what might happen. B. Bird says, when was the last time he got 1K yards? A few years ago. And when I had that argument with West, when we had that debate, man, shout out to Waletzko. I told him he was a decent number 2. He was a decent number 2 before Coop got there. And that was the year that made me super high on him. Like, he had over 1,000 yards that year. And that was without Coop. That was just, No, not Coop. That was before CeeDee Lamb. It was just him and Coop. So, hey, I'm telling you now, I think Michael Gallup can play. And I felt like he was a high end too. And you remember they was telling us like, hey, he might get 1,000 yards. We might have 3,000 yard receivers. They was high on him too. But I think we ended up getting an injury. And I think Michael Gallup got hurt that year. Somebody got hurt that year, and it stopped us from getting 3,000 yard receivers. It said the team that's better than Dallas, Philly. Wow. How does it feel to be the bottom feeders of the NFC East? You are a wild boy, man. Hey, what's wrong with this? Trap. Now we got something to do. We got some trolling to do. Let me see what I can do for you, sir, because, hey, I'm not a doctor, but I do diagnose a lot of people sometimes, and I'm pretty sure this is what problem you have. So listen.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you?
Oh man.
Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack?
I'm sure that's your problem, sir. I'm sure that's
Trap.
Please, kids, do not do drugs. Do not do drugs. You come to the trap talking with this malarkey and this hogwash. What's wrong with this young man? He must don't know where he at, do it, y'all. You mean to tell me them people that got them division title banners on their field, man?
Trap.
You mean to tell me the people that got their quarterback running from I formation out there, boy? I don't think he know where he at, y'all. I don't think he know where he is. Well, over around yonder in Landlord Sports, we don't play that eager foolishness. We don't play that eager foolishness. Y'all losers and you eat fecal matter, it seems like. You worship a fairy tale, imaginary, person that never even walked the earth in Rocky, you know what I'm saying?
Trap.
I can go on for days, you know what I'm saying? Y'all boys are terrible, you know what I'm saying? Don't ever play with the America's team. You already know that.
We are America's team, the most watched, the most hated. Y'all don't like us, but y'all tuning in every Sunday.
B. Bird says, when was the last time Gallup played a full season and produced? B. Bird don't be playing, man. B, we being optimistic about Michael Gallup, okay? We being optimistic, sir. Please don't do that. You being a little too rational for my liking, sir. Being a little too rational, B. Bird. Come on now. You're not optimistic about Michael Gallup? I gotta start talking like, you know what I'm saying? Like we doing an intervention now, B. Bird. Do you feel better about Michael Gallup, sir? Can we be optimistic about Michael Gallup? That's all we saying. Look, B. Bird, we need Michael Gallup. We need him to do good. In a dream world, we need him to do good. We need Michael Gallup to do good because he's the highest paid receiver we got on our team. We actually need him to do well. So, I mean, I know you ain't rooting against him, B-Bird, but I'm just saying, can we be a little optimistic? We got to kind of push this, we got to kind of help Michael Gallup out. We need him to ball out, man. We really do. We really need Michael Gallup this year. Even though he's like the number 3 receiver, but we do need him to play well. B-Bird said, I can't get last season out of my head. I feel you. Look, I just went from being super Michael Gallup guy to now I got to be standoffish and take a step back because of last year. But I am optimistic. I've been hearing glowing reports, B-Bird, about Michael Gallup, right? You've been hearing the same thing. So are you telling me that's all we woo, man? Shout out to Boss Cowboy Sports.
Trap.
B-Bird, are you sitting up here telling me that all of those reports are wee woo? Because it is possible. I don't want to believe that, B-Bird. I don't want to believe that, sir. You making me that's very discouraging coming from you, B-Bird. JB2 said, I'll tell you, this Mike wasn't scared to go across that middle and snatch the ball before he injured straight up. That's what I liked about him the most. Michael Gallup didn't have, he was reckless. He was reckless. He didn't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? That boy didn't care. He was going across the middle with no fear. He was snatching it. So I was big on Michael Gallup, man. I ain't gonna lie. But he said Lando offish. Yeah, I was a little standoffish, land offish. I like that. I was. B-Bird said being better than last year don't mean hey. B-Bird is not playing with y'all today.
Trap.
B-Bird is not accepting that form of currency this morning. Hey, B-Bird said it's Friday. He is not going. Hey, give us a little grace, B-Bird. Good grief. Hey, Spams, what he said? Stall him out, Debo. Stall him out, Debo. He said B-Bird is not playing with us today. Hey, I ain't mad at you, though, because Gallup did not perform last year. We cannot debate on that. We can't debate on that. He did not perform, but, we just hoping for the best. We hoping for the best this time around. But I think I'm supposed to be doing some work with my guys. HTM, you in the building? Let's see what we're going to do now. Shout out to Jay Lombardi with the $1.99. I appreciate you, sir. He said, salute nefarious Lord. Happy Friday, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Happy Friday. Trap. Hey, I ain't mad at B-Bird because he right. It just hurt. That's all it is. It just hurt. It's a pain. It makes me sad. That's all. B-Bird ain't told no lies. We just got to see Michael Gallup come back stronger than ever. So, it sucks. We just got to wait and see. B-Bird ain't saying that wrong. He's just a little too rational for my liking right now. That's all I'm saying. Trap. Give me a chance, B-Bird. Give me a chance. Shout out to Miss Patrice Langford. She said he was injured, y'all. Golly. Hey, that's how I feel. You know I'm country. I was able to read that flawlessly. Golly. You know what I'm saying? I understand, Miss Patrice. I understand. We here. We here. I understand. Micah said because the front office rushed him back, can we use facts, please? Yeah, they I think the answer came out that it was basically the front office. Because if you hear Michael Gallup talk, he was not ready. I don't think it was him. And I remember on Bossland, we talked about this, and I was like, to a certain degree, it could be Michael Gallup's fault. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be the front office or a combination of the two. Because when you're a professional athlete, the front office does have to ask you like, hey, how you feeling today? And now that burden is on the athlete to tell the truth. Sometimes us athletes might just straight up lie. You know what I'm saying? Trap. Sometimes the athlete just straight up lie. And they just be like, man, look, I feel great. And you know good and well you don't feel good. So, hey, sometimes it could be a little part of the blame should go on the athlete as well. I know we want to blame the front office on everything, but sometimes it be the athlete. But I don't think that's the case this time. I don't think Michael Gallup told them people he was ready because the way he been talking lately, it don't sound like it. It don't sound like it. It sound like it really sound like it was mostly the front office that did it this time around. The lunatic said HTM slapping and spit out of Eagles fans and the liquor store discount. Yeah, that's what got them running late, ain't it, man? Yeah, scrum, scrape, scrimp. You understand? All with the K. You know how
Trap.
This the South got something to say. That's all I got to say.
You already know that. Mr. Peyton Hendershot is still making mental mistakes. He better take advantage of Schoonmaker not practicing. You was high on Schoonmaker, weren't you? I think that was you that was going crazy about Schoonmaker. Or was you? Because Iceberg, he don't be tapping in every day. So I kind of remember what your takes were. I think you said, I think you was saying that Kincaid was going to go crazy. Yeah, you was big on all the tight ends. So how you feel about, you was big on Schoonmaker too, Iceberg? Let me know. Because I remember you saying stuff like that. Shout out to B-Bird with the $4.99. He said he was rushed back to cover for that contract they gave him. The contract he got was to cover for the Coop trade. He will never be, he will be better this year. Okay. Let me read that one more time because I was kind of, worried, B-Bird. You had me scared. He was rushed back to cover for that contract they gave him. The contract he got was to cover for the Cooper trade. He will be better this year. Okay. Yeah, I can agree to that. Yeah. He said, now B-Bird being more rational. Hey, B-Bird kind of remind me of me because, like, I had to talk myself into some of these takes, man, because, you don't want to be thinking bad about, like, all the way bad about your players. Like, even if you don't feel like they gonna just, be the greatest player ever, you got to be like, man, hopefully he can become this player. You still got to hope because this your team. You got to have a little hope in there, don't you? You want to see I want to be proven wrong. For every bad take or every bad down take I got, I want them to prove me wrong. I want to be like, man, I did not see this boy coming. That's how I want to be. Shout out to Micah. She says B-Bird was rushed back to cover for the coup. She was saying B-Bird. I mean, you were saying Michael Gallup was rushed back to cover for Coop. He was given the contract because they felt for him. Let's see. Because they felt for him getting injured in playoffs. Come on now. Okay, I see what you're saying. You saying they gave him the contract because they felt sorry he got injured, and they rushed him back trying to get that replacement, trying to replace that production from Amari Cooper. I can see that. Cause like we gotta remember, bro, we just 1 year removed from Amari being gone. Trap. We just took away one of our number one receiver, and we just 1 year removed. And like, even though we kind of semi-missed him, I don't think we missed him as much as a lot of people probably say. Like, we missed him down the stretch, but like CeeDee Lamb did more than enough to like take your mind off of Coop. To me, on my life he did. Trap. CeeDee Lamb did more than enough to take your mind off of Coop. Now, it still was there because you still thought about Coop not being there because of how terrible the other receivers was. You know? That's what I think going on. But y'all make sure y'all spin back, man. We finna get ready to do a show. Me and HTM Sports, possibly with West Coast. You never know with my guy West. You know, he be moving. Trap. But y'all make sure y'all have a good day, man. I appreciate all the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. Let's get it.
I can't see a thing, all this money in my face. Hey, I just blew a
I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all support.
Came a long way.
At the very least, make sure you hit that like and share button.
That would make them hate. That would make them hate. Hey.
I forgot to say, shout out to Miss Regina Green and Mr. Michael McQuay. Y'all packages are on the way, you know, with no further delay. But like I say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.